Picture this. You show up to your own family's big party, dressed up, smiling, holding a thoughtful gift, only to be told you're not welcome. Not by a stranger, not by security at some random event, but by your own sister. She looks at you, eyes cold, and says, "No room for outsiders." And before you can even process it, security physically shoves you out. My chest burned with humiliation, but I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I just left. Quietly. Silently. But not before leaving behind something that would flip the entire night upside down. A small box. A little gift. And when my sister opened it, the colour drained from her face. Minutes later, my phone exploded with call after call. 36 missed calls later, I finally answered. Her voice was frantic, but my response, calm, cold, satisfying. "What 2 million? Outsider? I don't know you." If you've ever been underestimated, disrespected, or tossed aside by your own family, then you'll love how this story plays out. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and buckle up. This is one of the coldest, most satisfying revenge stories I've ever told. It all started weeks before the party. My sister, let's call her Jessica, had been planning this huge family celebration. It wasn't just some backyard barbecue. No, she rented out an entire upscale event space, the kind with chandeliers, champagne fountains, waiters carrying silver trays, and walls draped with expensive fabric that made the place look like a palace. The theme? Family unity, togetherness, a celebration of those who matter most. When the invites went out, mine never came. At first I brushed it off. Maybe it was a mistake, maybe she forgot. But then I found out, through cousins, not through her, that I hadn't been forgotten at all. I'd been intentionally excluded. Why? Because in Jessica's words, I didn't belong. I wasn't married. I didn't have kids. I was too different. An outsider. That word cut deeper than she'll ever know. Outsider, from my own family, the same family I'd grown up with, laughed with, sacrificed for. The same family that was supposed to be my safe place. And now? They were labelling me as if I was some stranger off the street. But here's the kicker. Despite all that, I still showed up. Not to crash, not to cause drama. I showed up because deep down, some naive part of me still wanted to believe there'd been some mistake. That maybe when she saw me, she'd smile, hug me, welcome me in. So I dressed in my best clothes, carried a beautifully wrapped gift, and walked up to that glowing venue with hope in my chest. Instead, security met me at the door. One guy, massive shoulders, sunglasses indoors, like some kind of bouncer at a club. He blocked my way. "Name?" he asked. I gave it. He checked a list, shook his head. "Not on here." I laughed nervously. "That's impossible. I'm her sibling. I'm family." That's when Jessica appeared, flawless in her designer dress, hair perfect, holding a glass of champagne like some queen in her castle. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "There's no room for outsiders. Please leave." Her voice was smooth, practiced, like she'd rehearsed that line in the mirror. Security stepped forward, put a hand on my arm, and before I could say another word, I was guided, no, shoved, back out onto the pavement. I can't even describe the cocktail of emotions flooding me. Humiliation, anger, betrayal. It felt like my chest was on fire, like my skin was buzzing with electricity. My hands shook. My throat was dry. I felt like the whole world was staring, even if no one was. But I didn't let them see me break. I swallowed the pain, forced my face calm, and walked away. But not before leaving a little something behind. See, I had come with a gift. A small box, wrapped neatly, with her name on it. While security was distracted, I slipped it onto the gift table inside. Just another package among dozens, and then I left. Now, here's what Jessica didn't know. Months earlier, I had made some very profitable investments. To put it lightly, I wasn't hurting for money anymore. In fact, I'd quietly come into around $2 million. And I'd never told her, never told the family. They'd written me off as the struggling sibling, the one finding their way, the one who would never really make it. And I let them believe it. I didn't brag. I didn't post about it online. I didn't show off. I just lived my life quietly. So inside that little gift box was proof. Bank documents, statements, evidence of my new financial reality. Not because I wanted to brag, but because I wanted her to choke on the knowledge that the outsider she banished was sitting on more success than she could dream of. Hours later, when she opened it, she did exactly that. My phone buzzed. Once, twice, then non-stop. Calls, texts, notifications flooding like a storm. Where are you? We need to talk. Answer me right now. 36 missed calls. When I finally picked up, her voice was frantic, high-pitched, trembling. What is this? Is this real? $2 million? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you? I cut her off. My voice was steady, ice cold. What 2 million? Outsider? I don't know you. Silence. Suffocating silence. Then the sound of her breathing, sharp, uneven, like she'd been punched in the gut. That was my revenge. Because here's the thing. Money wasn't the point. Power was. For years, my sister had treated me like I was less, like I didn't matter. She built her identity on being the golden child, the hostess, the one everyone looked up to. And I let her. I played small. I let her believe her narrative. But the moment she tried to erase me entirely, I flipped the script. In one box, in one sentence, I shattered her illusion. I didn't scream. I didn't fight. I didn't demand a seat at her precious party. I walked away. And in walking away, I held all the power. The fallout was brutal. Cousins whispered. Extended family started calling me, apologizing, furious at her. Her picture-perfect party became a scandal. The night remembered not for its glamour, but for the moment she got exposed. And me? I didn't lose a thing. In fact, I gained something. Peace, dignity, control. Because revenge doesn't always have to be loud. Sometimes the sweetest revenge is silence, a calm voice, a refusal to play the part they've written for you. And that's the lesson here. Never underestimate the quiet one. Never mistake dignity for weakness. Because when the moment comes, the quiet one doesn't just fight back. They dismantle your entire game. My sister thought she could define me as an outsider, but she forgot something crucial. The outsider always sees the cracks in the walls. They know where the structure is weak. And when they decide to act, they don't knock politely on the door. They bring the whole house down. So tell me, have you ever been treated like an outsider by your own family? And if so, how did you handle it? If this story gave you chills, smash that like button, drop a comment with your own experience, and subscribe for more revenge stories that prove karma always finds its way back. Until next time, stay strong, stay smart, and never let anyone shove you out of your own family's story.